Should be live. It's streaming right now. Can you hear me, Nixon? Or anyone? It has now. Hello everyone, whoever's here. Hello, hello, hello. I look a bit overexposed. Added the camera a bit last minute, so still troubleshooting. This is going to be a troubleshooting stream. That's why I'm not really making this a very official one. But still, feel free to join in, chat, and draw, paint, sculpt, whatever you want to do along with us. So this is POLYCOSM's not first official stream, but sort of first official stream, and we're going to try to do this regularly. That's the idea. Hey, Nixant is here. Hey, Nixant. Christine is here. This is going to be the audience today, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, let me know if like the music is too loud, if my voice is too loud or too quiet. Especially Nixon, I'm looking at you. You are the official moderator. You're in charge of these things. Yeah, we'll go easy. We'll draw a bit. We'll troubleshoot a bit, and we'll see how things goes. Right, so still looking very. I don't know, Nixant, what are we drawing today? This is looking very overexposed. I don't know why I'm obsessed with how I'm looking right now. I don't know what we are drawing today. I had a couple of personal things I've been working on. I might just keep working on those. No music. I might have turned it down a bit too much. How's this one now? Okay. Try and draw. Draw. Let's see. You can hear me on my left ear only. I'll get better headphones, Nixant. How about that? Audio input. Well. So the music is coming from both ears, but the audio is just left side. Is that what's going on? That is strange. That was my assistant, Christina, if you heard her in the background. Alright. Don't know why it's doing that left-right thing. It shouldn't be. The music is a bit weird. I apologize for picking the first royalty-free thing that came up. Still too high. Volume for voice or music, Nixon? So one of you saying music is too high, the other one is saying too low.
Okay, so basically what's happening is the music is a bit too high and your voice is too low, but the overall volume is too low, so we have to turn it all the way up to hear you.
My voice?
No, your audio in general.
Oh, okay.
So the levels of the audio in general has to go up.
Alright. Yep, this is why this is a test stream. Don't know how we are going to solve that, because it should be all the way, like, all turned up. Don't know why it's low. Maybe it's actually... Hold on. Be right back. Okay. I'm guessing I'm still low, but I'm gonna figure that out. Just bear with me. Keep talking among yourselves. So how's everyone doing on this Sunday then? Does everyone have something to draw? I got some stuff that I want to work on. I need to figure out this mic sound thing. Or maybe I'll just start shouting. How about that? Is everyone okay with me screaming?
Here's the box.
So I don't know why you can only hear me from the left. That shouldn't be the case. For some reason the microphone is being a bit weird. So how about now? I've added... Merhaba Yunus, teşekkürler katıldığın için. Nixon, scream my name. Oh, I will, don't worry.
So go back to...
All right, is this a bit louder? But I'm guessing it's still only left for some reason. Don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the mic a bit closer. Just had to add some filters and things. I'll increase that. All right. Move my mic a little bit. Yeah. So I'll try to speak a bit louder. Hopefully it will make up for the lack of sound from the right. Just give me a second, everyone.
Okay, so I finally managed to make my mic to fix. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, sorry guys, I muted myself because trying to troubleshoot something over here. So Nick, to answer your question, this is like a personal project I've been working on, sort of like a combat medic character. Just random thought. I don't know. It was just like a random idea just popped into my head. I wanted to create a character who is, like your typical sci-fi combat medic character that doesn't have any weapons or anything like that. So she's basically just only has what would you say? No weapons or anything like that. Only her tools, her medic kits, first aid kits, things like that. Her sort of like a gauntlet that's a scanner to, just X-ray and scan wounds and see if people have any internal bleeding on broken bones and stuff like that. While also she has this other gauntlet that is like an injector, so she can kind of give people painkillers or antibiotics, or like inject these things just on the go in the battlefield quickly right away. It was just this is not really part of a big project or anything like that. It was just like a little fun thing that I came up with, and I started basically just playing around with shapes and ideas. So, like a scavenger, not quite a scavenger, no. Like a, well, I guess, yeah, the first one kind of gives that impression, right? That's why I started to move away from that and created all these other variations. I wanted her to more look like an official medic, like a doctor, you know, support unit, if you will. Just, yeah, give me a minute. Just trying to figure something out, guys. Sorry. Okay. Is anyone still here? I bet everybody left. I don't blame you for leaving. Next stream is going to be way better than this, trust me. This is just a little prep work, but probably we'll be live again next week. I'm gonna make this a regular thing on Sundays, probably around this time. And hopefully by next week we'll have better audio, better video, and all sorts of stuff. So how long does it take me to come up with these characters? I don't know. I don't really time myself like that. It really depends. Could take like, a day, more, less. It really depends. This is like, I don't know, like quite a few hours of work spread over 2-3 days. Not like, solid 8 days work, just like doing a couple of hours drawing and then getting distracted by something else, coming back to it. But I'm not really worried about the time, really. Most of the time with professional work, I always had enough time given to me from the clients. Just always had enough time to work with, so I never had to like crunch myself or anything like that. So I just kind of go at my own pace and don't worry about it. Oh yes, that's a plugin, Layer Factory. Yep. Honestly, I got it just because it has this one function, the multi-layer move function. That's the only thing that I'm mostly using it for, because it's something that Photoshop still doesn't let you do on your own. And basically that is, if let's say I have, right, I have something like this, yeah, on one layer, and then I draw this, yeah, and what I want to do is I want to move like this part, but in both layers at the same time. But you can't do that in Photoshop still. Like, you can do it in Clip Studio. Photoshop still doesn't let you do it. You have to do it like one layer at a time. Unless you have this Layer Factory plugin, then you can go to multi-layer move selection. If I can click things. Oh yeah, you need to obviously have both layers selected, then make your selection, then go multi-layer move, and now I can do that. It's a very small thing, but sometimes it's kind of like I really have to be able to do this, especially when I'm working in a way where I have a line art layer and a color layer, and I want to be able to move those two layers at the same time. And doing it separately can be a bit of a pain. So yeah, just a small thing, but you know, makes your life easier, and that's why I got the plugin for. Meanwhile, Christina's struggling with all the deadlines, as she should. That's her fault. Yeah, like if you have to move like a shadow and something else at the same time or whatever. Yeah, it's a really... This is some other thing that I might maybe work on today. I was drawing these random characters. Again, I should probably be more organized and have proper projects that I'm working on, but most of the time I don't. I just have one idea and I just start running with it, which was this initial drawing that I made, where I was kind of interested in combining some different elements, like almost like a 19th century musketeer, like soldier, but with a slightly more advanced, like a still not like super sleek, but a bit like industrial sci-fi look to it, style to it. And then I drew this, and then I was like, I wonder if I can kind of, you know, you can see, just do more variations on it, like other characters in a similar style that has that, yeah, that like old-timey armor, but with a slightly more advanced industrial tweak to it. So, yeah, I don't know. These are just random stuff that I'm doing in my own spare time. I got some client stuff that I'm working on, obviously, most of the time, but unfortunately, I can't show those on stream. That's good line art. Thanks, man. Thanks, Nixon. I'm guessing you were talking about this one, because that is the only one that with cleaned line art, so I'm guessing that was it. Where do I get my references from? Oh man, everywhere. I mean, wherever I can get them from, honestly. Like, if you're obviously looking at stuff online, we all use the same resources. It's all the same. Google Images, Pinterest, you know, random Tumblr blogs, whatever. I do like shooting my own reference as well. You know, when you're out and about walking around. If you see something interesting that I reckon, or I haven't done this in a while, but if I was to go to a museum or an art gallery somewhere like that, I tend to try to remember and shoot my own references, and I got like some of my own reference, you know, in a separate library. But most of the time it's just like jumping online and finding some, you know, obviously when you're working on a client project or whatever, you don't always have the luxury of, okay, let me stop working and go to a museum and shoot some reference. So I think it's a good idea to have your own library, and also, obviously, you gotta rely on these more public resources as well. Best of both worlds. Alright, I'm gonna start drawing, I think. I've been just talking and rearranging and troubleshooting So yeah, I got this character that I sketched out the other day. Kinda like where this is going, actually. Let me try to sketch out something else, something new. Or maybe work on this. I really don't know. Like I said, I have no plans on what I'm going to work on today. This has been a very impromptu stream. Bit of a disaster, but it's okay. It's okay. It's on brand for me. Right. Maybe I'll start sketching a new idea now. I'm gonna try my best not to hit my microphone, but it might happen. Ah, Nixant, you are such an optimist. So I'll probably go quiet when I'm drawing. I'm not super used to talking and drawing. I'll try to remember to talk though now and then, say something. Also, obviously if you got questions, feel free. Xan has been doing most of the question asking. But, you know, whatever pops into your mind, feel free to ask away. Yeah, I'm gonna be sketching out a new idea. Just as I was building up this story in my head of all these previous characters, I came up with this idea of maybe this world all these characters belong in, it's sorta, you know, closer to the timeline of our world, like a couple of centuries ago, but they have encountered some kind of a energy source. Yeah, maybe something happened, like an asteroid fell, like some kind of alien energy source, something like that, ended up on Earth and kind of advanced their technology a little bit forward. Was kind of thinking of the old Command and Conquer games as well. You have this idea of Tiberium that kind of, you know, falls from outer space to Earth, and everyone's just like collecting Tiberium because it's this really improved source of energy. So something like that maybe happened to this world. And I imagine these, not obviously you won't, like, instead of farmers, you know, like you'll have these guys who are working on the fields gathering these crystals or whatever they are, these rocks that hold this incredible power. I was thinking, like, okay, how will these guys look like, you know, kind of hunched over with these mechanical devices strapped to their backs, because they can't really touch these things with their hands, so they use these sort of extended arm things maybe that help them kind of collect these crystals or whatever they are from the ground, pick them up. Just throwing out random ideas like that. And just drawing. Yeah, just drawing stuff. What am I drawing with? Just like, I don't know. A lot of my stuff, like the tool presets and brushes that I got, came from a bunch of random resources. And I kind of forgot like where I got them from. I usually find something and tweak it around a little bit to just sort of suit my needs. And this one is like a sort of like a flat brush like this. Kind of gives you this like flat line work. And just fun to sketch with. It's really just like, I mean, I could be sketching this with whatever really. It's just like you kind of have these strange connections, like emotional connections to random brushes you draw with. And then you go, oh yeah, I like drawing with this brush. Just for no other reason than, you know, just you're used to it. Nothing special about it at all. Yeah, they are big gloves. I like big gloves. Yeah, hard round brush. You can't go wrong with that. Gonna move my microphone a bit. Oops, sorry about that. Okay. And having this microphone set properly, so I don't have to like talk too loudly, because it's not in my nature to talk too loudly. Let's do it. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm particularly fast when it comes to drawing anatomy. I mean, you know, it's just roughly blocking things in right now for to just to get the idea quickly out there. It's probably just there's a lot of wrong thing. There's probably a lot of things that are wrong with this anatomy, but I'm trying not to focus on it too much. More curious about how this thing in his back is going to work, but we'll figure that out later. Sharp jawline. Yeah, he's been moving a lot. Yeah, he's gonna be collecting this version of vibranium, or yeah, like in Command and Conquer you had the Tiberium, unobtainium. I'm sure I'll be able to come up with a really creative name. Osmozion, maybe. I was thinking more nonsensium. In the final illustration, he'll probably be standing in this field of these things, whatever they are. See, I don't like the fact that both of these arms are pretty much on the same height. I get like stuck on things like that, so I'll probably change it now. Trying not to worry about perspective too much, like, doesn't all have to be super correct right now. that's something to worry about later on. I'm just trying to get the, you know, idea out there. Kind of make things look convincing and correct enough for now. Later on, I'll panic and make sure it all fits. Yeah, future Omerjan will worry about those things. Yeah, I think that's okay for now. Looks a bit... There we go. Yeah, okay. I hope you guys are drawing as well. Drawing along with me. Or painting. Creating, that's the important thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, this is just like something I'm drawing right now. I might change the shape of this thing to be more of like a claw or, I don't know, something else. I'll probably go ahead, you know, like in this stage, usually in these early stages, I don't really look at reference much and just kind of draw everything from my imagination first, as far as I can. And then I'll go look at reference and figure things out. Right now, just relaxing, having fun. I know when it's time to collect references when I'm really, when I feel really stuck. You know, when I feel like, okay, I really have no idea what I'm drawing. I'm just kind of doodling around and not really making any progress. That will be the point when I'll go look for a reference. His arms are definitely too long. Easy fix. What if he had to wear a mask? Yeah, it could be that maybe the particles that come out of these crystals are not so good for you if you inhale them. Turns out, alien energy sources, not good for your health. See, I kept getting distracted by his face. I wanted to draw like a proper face, but I shouldn't be worrying about that right now. I'm trying to pull myself away from it. Gotta focus on other stuff. Ah, I keep coming back to the face. Stop it. What if he had some big boots? Something really chunky. Oh yeah, he's gonna definitely have a cute creature with him. Don't worry, Christina. think I kind of like the shape of these boots. I like big chunky stuff. Shapes. It's so much fun to draw. I don't know what his outfit is going to be, really. Guessing he would be wearing something protective. That's why I think the big boots work. What he's doing is like a hazardous job. So he'd be prepared for that. Okay, see, when I said I like big chunky stuff, I didn't mean it like that. You all just have a dirty mind. I see you are flexing your moderation muscles there, Nixand. Just don't go mad with power. So I might be getting to that stage where I'm gonna have to bring in some reference. I'm not sure what I'm doing there. Oh, I don't know. I've like just flattened all my layers. I think I had like 3 separate layers, and then I tend to flatten them down and then add more layers on top. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'm gonna bring in some reference. I'll bring it over here. See, I got like a board, Pinterest board for just random mechanical stuff that I found. And what I might do in this case is just kind of flick through this, see if I see anything that might spark something up. For example, I like this. Got this thing there. This might be interesting for the claws. Possibly, maybe, I don't know. And then something else probably for the main shape on his back. There's this. It's kinda like how this is very simple and very sort of like simple and bold, but it looks also very functional. I like that kind of stuff. I'm also gonna change the music. Let's see how this one is. Okay. Let's flip this around. Right, so I'm gonna try this on a new layer. So I can go back if I don't like it. See, I'm getting quiet because I'm really trying to think and figure it out. Don't know what happened to my voice there. I like what's happening here on this reference. This one. So I'm trying to sort of capture that, but I don't like drawing exactly what I see when it comes to using reference. The way that I think about it is that you should kind of get like loose inspiration from what's happening here, but then interpret it in your own way. Having said that, I bet I'm gonna end up drawing the exact same thing. Hey, thanks, Broken Tooth. Thanks for a donation. Rotomation in Blender. I will actually give that over to Christina. She's better in Blender than I am. Maybe something like this. Yeah, at this stage I'm just playing around with different shapes and proportions. Not worried about details or anything like that yet. I mean, that will come all later. I just want to get the overall shape. You know, just kind of space out, try different things. I feel like that needs to be a bit further back out. Like it's too close to his body. I don't like that. So that could be one side like that. So if you hide it and make it appear. Yeah, I think that works better. Yeah, I like keeping things in separate layers, so I can kind of turn it on and off and see, have I really improved upon it or not? So I will have to now translate that to the other side. I feel like one of the trickiest things to not even master, just get good at drawing is ellipses, like elliptical shapes. Especially with changes in perspective, trying to understand how the angles are going to get affected. All that stuff is pretty tricky. Alright, so I was actually supposed to be drawing this side, I got distracted. So that kinda will be about there. Yeah, I was thinking about the other arm being different as well. Maybe that could be a good shout. Maybe not too different, because I don't want them to look too too post-apocalyptic, too, you know, too scavengy. Well, maybe there might be like slight difference. Just want to change the angle though, that's for sure. Yeah, I could try less joints or something like that. Or maybe slightly different arrangement. Or maybe different claw at the end as well. Maybe different sized claws for different jobs. Not different jobs, but you know what I mean. Oh no, I'm gonna have to move my reference. Let's look at more reference. This one looks cool. Looks a bit chunkier than the other one. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna extend my canvas so I can have more room. There we go. Yep, good spot. The tangent, I'm guessing you're talking about maybe here or there. It's alright again at this stage. Not too worried about things like that, because I can move everything around. I haven't fully committed to anything just yet. Excuse me. You know what? Just thought of something. I'm thinking maybe this guy should wear like some sort of old-timey hat. This is looking a bit too modern. Although this might look silly. We'll see. I don't know, but what if you wore like a cap or like a wide brim hat? Maybe not that wide brim hat. That looks a bit weird. Nah. Looking too cowboyish. Something like this. This seems a bit more like early 20th century. I think I wanted to get a bit older than that timeline was, but you know, it's fine. It's all just, it's not something like, it's not like I have very strict design parameters or a brief that I have to adhere to. It's just, I'm just making it up as I'm working along on it. Yeah. Irish hat. Yeah. Yeah, that is sort of what I was thinking, yeah. And maybe a bit more. Something like that. All right. Okay. We'll keep that hat on for now. I can. Yeah, this was just like an impromptu stream. It's sort of a test. We had a lot of troubleshooting to do at the beginning. But I'm planning on making these a regular thing, starting hopefully next week. Sundays around this time, we'll be live, streaming whatever we feel like. Just drawing, just having fun. Not taking things too seriously. Thanks, Can. We really appreciate you saying that. Yeah, maybe Christina one day will join along to one of these streams and she can show off some really cool 3D work. She's been working on some really interesting VR stuff actually, sculpting LUTs in VR. So maybe she might do something with that. Don't know what the shape is going to be like, but we'll see. So this could be like a bigger chunk here. I guess claw type of thing. Alright, see what happened? They ended up on the same height again. God damn it. Alright, it's getting there. Still wonky in places, but again, right now I'm not too worried about most of that. I'll fix it later. We'll fix it in post. looks weird. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, ideally in the next stage, I would actually put down some perspective guides to make sure everything is, you know, accurate and it's all adhering to the perspective it should be adhering to. God. I feel like when I'm streaming, my English just deteriorates. Right, so I'm starting to doodle around too much. I need to work on his these straps that go over his shoulders. Not like it's nothing there right now. It's just like an indication of something. Let's see if this is gonna work. There we go. Yeah, I like this. To answer Ken's question, where he asked, can I ask who were some of the artists who influenced you or were your favorites when you were young? Were they comic book artists like Jack Kirby or fantasy book painters like Frank Frazetta? I grew up reading I grew up reading a lot of comics, and that was always my first influence. Especially, I read a lot of like European comics. That was really big in Turkey when I was growing up. So we got like loads of French comics, Belgian, Italian comics. All the like the old, masters were active back in the don't know, like 80s and 90s. Like we got all that stuff, and those were my biggest influences at the beginning. And later on, I kind of started to be more influenced by other types of art, like kind of like my sense of art and what art is kind of broadened up from there. When I started to get more into illustration and fine arts and concept art, things like that. But my initial beginning, my starting point was always European comics, and I still love that stuff. I still go back and look at that stuff. Yeah, Mobius was definitely a favorite. He definitely was, and there's been like plenty of other people as well. Let me actually pull up some examples if I can. I try to just kind of create Pinterest boards for these artists when I have the time. For example, this one is, I guess it's pronounced Jorge Zafino. Very old school stuff. This kind of work, like this is what I grew up looking at and reading. This kind of really old school comic art. I love it. I was introduced to more Western, like American comics later on in life. We didn't really had, when I was a kid, we didn't really had a lot of Marvel DC presence in Turkey. There is now, obviously. It's changed a lot over the years. But yeah, when I was a kid, like not much. It was mostly European comics. It's all this kind of old school stuff. Love it. Yeah, Rip Kirby. Like he's obviously not European, but really, really nice things. This kind of work, smooth line work. Yeah, I love this stuff. I can't get enough of it. No, I never been into manga, really. Yeah, I don't know. I never really got into manga. It's just one of those things. Just never really clicked with me. Yeah, no problem, Ken. Anytime. See, now I'm thinking. How does he control those arms? You know, we can always go the easy route and be like, oh, it's advanced technology and neuro implants and stuff like that, but that is not necessarily the idea I have for these characters. So I'm gonna have to come up with a more convincing answer. I also really like this, the strap that goes around his waist here. I want to use that. Maybe I'll move his arms around. Something like this, maybe. His body's not looking right now. Yeah, Nixon, that's what I'm wondering right now. Like, how is he controlling those arms? Maybe he's got some kind of device attached to his hands, his wrists, that let him do that. That doesn't look right. I have no idea what that is, Nixant. Animo from Bantan Universe. You just said a bunch of words. Yeah, I try to kinda, you know, think about the how of it, just how this thing is connected to him, how is he carrying it, details like that. I don't really like going into too much detail. I'm not like a hyper like realistic industrial designer or anything like that, but I like things to kind of make sense in a way. I like it when if you look at something and you can kind of tell, oh, okay, like he's wearing this equipment this way. It's kind of attached to his body, and these are the straps. This is how he's carrying it. Just enough information so it looks convincing. It doesn't have to be like super realistic, unless that's what you're interested in too. It's just not really my thing. What if he's holding something in his hand, or if he's got like a glove? I think I like the idea of like a controller. This could be even attached to his... Yeah, it could be attached to his backpack or something behind him somehow. Yeah, don't know. Just spitballing right now. Just throwing ideas. Also, I'll be honest with you, I'm really not used to drawing on stream, so it's kind of messing with my head a bit. I'm sure I'll get used to it eventually. Also, what the hell is this? What is that? Doesn't make sense. He would have like a proper apron type of thing, maybe, if he has anything there. The plugin on the left is called Layer Factory. If you just Google that Layer Factory Gumroad, you'll be able to find it. I mean, it offers a lot of different things, but I was saying earlier how I, like 99% of the time, use it only for its multi-layer move function. And it comes in really, I mean, just for that, I think it's worth it. Because it's, yeah, Photoshop still can't do that itself. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I feel like this is kind of getting to a stage where I will have to stop and look for some proper references. Take some time out to do a bit more research so I can kind of fill in all those gaps and come back to it and refine it. Probably not going to be doing it on the stream. I'm thinking about stopping soonish, but I'll try to work on this off the stream. So next week you can kind of see how I progressed. Yeah, I can already see like certain wonky perspective issues on this, but like I was saying earlier, I'm not like too worried about those just now. I will I will fix those later. Just want to get the overall idea down first. Yeah, see, now that I moved his arms, I can actually see more of his chest, his torso area. He needs to have a pouch. Everyone needs pouches. There we go. Yeah, I hope it kind of makes sense, because the way that I think, it's like, I'm not really someone who has a very proper workflow or anything like that. It's just, I just kind of draw and, you know, just draw and refine it, and come up with ideas, try them. I have a very chaotic way of working, very messy way of working, so sometimes I feel like it doesn't translate well to streaming or YouTube. I'll have to make his boots chunkier even. I occasionally use Clip Studio. Sometimes I will just feel like drawing in Clip Studio, but honestly, it's just, I rarely use something outside of Photoshop. Most of the work that I do is always here in Photoshop. I'm not sure about these boots, but I'll try to figure it out later. probably in the final drawing he would be kind of plucking out one of these crystal things. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it there for this sort of test stream. And yeah. Sorry about all the trouble at the beginning. We just had to do a lot of troubleshooting, but hey, live and learn. Now that we learned, hopefully, our lesson, next week there shouldn't be any issues. So hopefully we'll have a smoother start. I will make sure, you know, like the audio and camera and everything is looking good before we go live, and we'll definitely put out something to remind you all when we are going live. So next week will be the proper first stream. This was a bit of a warm-up, but thanks for, you know, joining us nonetheless. Hope you enjoyed watching me draw, not knowing what I want to draw and figure things out along the way. He doesn't take breaks. Well, I mean, I do. That's what I'm going to do now. Yeah, I draw for fun. I'm weird. Yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for coming along, watching, joining us, asking questions. And if you don't have any other last minute questions to ask, I'm going to stop there, and we'll be back next week. Thanks Nixon for moderating and helping out. Yeah, feel free to follow us on Instagram, on YouTube obviously. And I'm pretty sure we have a Twitter account, but Christina is in charge of that. I don't think we use it that much. But we should. Okay. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next week.